Greetings and good morning. We started a little bit early today. Good morning, good morning. 6 minutes of news, 60 minutes of show, and 6 billion of all of you. At least I hope so. Let's try to share the stream, share the dream out there. And let's get suited up for a good day. It's a terrific Tuesday, a Taco Tuesday. And perhaps a Tirade Tuesday. Don't know yet. Have not heard back from Tom yet. But it's possible we may get a Tuesday Tirade. We're definitely getting a WDW Pro show. And that starts, after the show. And you'll get an automatic redirect on the tube side of the equation. I'm not sure what's going to happen on the green machine. But good morning to everybody over there. And good morning to Commander and Striker of Shadow. We've got Walter Tomaszewski saying, why is Netflix so quiet about the impending Paramount-Warner Brothers Discovery merger? Well, probably because they're funding Bonta. I don't know. I mean, they are pretty evil. There's a lot of reasons. There's also some secretiveness going on behind the scenes we're going to talk about over on the Pro Show later. Barry the Music Man is here. What's up, Barry? Along with the lovely lady from across the pond, Juliet. Afternoon, young Gandalf, and they are. Oh, if only I were young. Dr. Jill is out there. I see her over there. Good to see you, Dr. Jill. We got a few other folks that's popped in as well. And, of course, we've got Snortopoopas Cuber, our favorite polar bar. That's because it's a bar. Everybody makes fun of me, and that's all right. At least the way I say words. I mangled some words in today's video, so you guys can make fun of that. That's okay. I don't mind. Lord Thoth is out there. Good to see you, my friend. Been around for a long time. And there is the very lovely Georgia Peach. And it's so difficult for me not to suggest that everybody loves a Georgia Peach. I'm just saying. Gonna get in trouble. Scott Shook is out there. Good morning, Scott. Hope you're doing well. And the very lovely Davina Duckworth is in the house as well. Oh, my goodness. I'm a little flirty with the ladies. Have you guys noticed that lately? I was told that. Bosses noticed. Freedom Seeker is out there. It's good to see you. And along with God sees everything, which is a reason not to do dumb things. You don't always want to have to answer for everything, so sometimes that requires you not doing it. That's a better option. Do the right thing. Because God sees everything. Wake up. Pray up. Send love to everybody every day. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. It's waiting time. Not really. I got started early. I suited up early for all of you so that I can say hi to Crazy White Boy the way you're supposed to. Yeah. And the boss is out there. Probably listening while driving. I told everybody, hey, it's going to be 6 minutes. Boy, I went early. It's all right. Girl, I went early. I don't know why I say boy. That is what it is. It's going to be one of those good days, though. I can feel it. Jill says, hey, boss. Well, hey to you. It's good to see you. That's a nice picture. Who else we got out there? We got a few other folks. Hey, Libby's here. What's up, Libby? Libby Priest. We got Frank. Everybody say hi to Frank. Frank's here. Say hi to Frank. All right. Oh, and we are blessed by the very lovely Sherry this morning. Hello, dear. Keep updating those pictures. You are amazing. John the Beagle Dad is out there. We got a few other folks. And, of course, we've got the amazing Penny. Sands Official says hello. Well, hello. Houston, hello. That's right. There's an old guy on TV used to do that. Corporeal Being is out there. Hello. And the beautiful Deeple over on the green machine, along with No Slacker. That's right, no slacking. And Smiths and Sons. Hello. I made it on time. Yay. I'm doing very well. And thank you. I hope things are going well. I really do. I want everybody to be excelling in life. As we go into the 6-minute preview starting now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good out wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6-minute daily. We have a lot to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it, but we got to get on the story of yesterday. Kind of like the girl from yesterday. Oh, that's an old Eagles song. Anyway, Disney offering voluntary early retirement packages to executives. They need to be giving voluntary retirement packages to the bunch of weird blue hair freak shows that they've hired in a while. And of course, this is the dream child of the chief people officer who was the, DEI architect for Disney, and that person needs to be shown the door. In fact, any DEI position and any DEI idea needs to be eliminated from everywhere in the corporate world, but especially at Disney, because it is destroying it from the inside out with toxic culture. Can't be argued. Speaking of toxic culture, a film that was a little toxic when it came out, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, is getting a sequel. Now, these two actors, I'm going to say it this way, work very well together. They're like a brother and sister kind of a couple situation, and they have chemistry because they genuinely like each other, but not that way. Kate Hudson is going to produce this sequel and star in it, so I think it's going to be interesting. Paramount looks like they're going to get started on the 30 films they promised, and maybe, just maybe, Ron Bonta will have to go away. YouTube's changing things, especially for creators like you and me. If you happen to be a YouTube creator, you need to go and read the notes that are in the channel area. And they're changing how they count views. They started doing it actually yesterday. So any movie trailer that's big that comes out in the future is going to artificially have inflated views because they're doing the same thing that the Tickety Talks and the Instagrammy and the Book Faces and all that are doing with short content and trying to promote, the first X number of seconds that somebody watches, 30 seconds. So, yeah, you get 30 seconds and it's going to count towards a view, but it's not going to pay you, which they're going to look for deeper engagement for that. So just pay attention to what's changing and don't be artificially fooled by the artificial inflation. Saudi Arabia, speaking of inflation, is going to spend $7 billion in 3 theme parks near Paris. Going to try to out-Disney. And, I think that's a solid investment. Maybe they'll bring the communists there that he's shaking hands with back to the fold. The Gentleman is officially renewed for Season 3. Knew this was coming. And they're looking forward to pushing boundaries even further, according to Guy Ritchie. Do you know who's not mentioned here? Meghan Markle. And you can check out a video I did on that just a few days ago saying, hey, we don't want this chick. Nobody does. Spider-Man Brand New Day box office is set to sink Titanic and jump into the top 5 of all time. And you know what? That's not surprising. Inflation has changed the game. But look, Tom and Zendaya are replacing, these two old people. And it's a good thing, in my opinion. We got BBC filing another motion, a new one, to try to dismiss the Trump $10 billion lawsuit, challenging claims of U.S. viewership via VPN. I'm one of them. So it's not going to work very well. We can pretty much confirm that the U.S. watches via VPN all the time. It's really the only way we want to see BBC. Kit Harington is going to be Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter. That has been recast, replacing Nicholas Hoult, who chickened out. Not really. He had a scheduling conflict. Hayden Panettiere's mom denies the you owe me claim, saying that she went downhill after Heroes. I would say that probably was evident to everybody. New York City is going to be closing the famous 15-theater Kips Bay location at the year's end because it's, more valuable as real estate, land. And Paramount says it did not leak discussions with California's Attorney General to the press. So, Bonta, try again, you corrupt piece of garbage. Fox News names Emily Compagno as the new host of The Five. So, we're going to get a new face over there. Canada's set to announce retaliatory tariffs as Trump tells its leaders to fall in line. I'm not sure what happened with Canada, other than you guys had 2 commie leaders in a row, and one of them was installed, actually both of them were installed by the WEF. You're being led by a financial manager that's financially robbing you in your country. What's going on, Canada?
Taiwan charges 9 over illegal AI server exports to China, including NVIDIA and Supermicro staff, and that's the only way that they can get our stuff and then try to replicate it. Finally, Zillow and Redfin have resolved litigation over a deal that the FTC claims suppressed rental listings and competition, which will require everybody to go back to doing fair business the way it was. And finally, 4 bear attacks in 1 week across Colorado. My goodness. Lots of bear activity ramping up as we round out the summer. And while food is still plentiful, maybe the bears are looking for more. They probably are more food motivated than normal. And a lot of people are being sent to the hospital. So the most recent non-threatening and life-threatening injuries came to a man when his legs were damaged severely. 3 other people reported in Eagle County on Monday in Steamboat Springs area. Tuesday, Aspen and Steamboat Springs and Aspen on Wednesday. Wow, that was a lot to get out in one sentence. All I know is that there are 6 total attacks this year in Colorado, and hopefully there's some kind of end in sight. I think the sequel should be named How to Lose a Guy in 10 Years, but we'll talk about that in bonus time. So stick around, because here we go. Thanks, folks, for hanging out through the 6-minute preview of today's news, entertainment or otherwise. We did end up skipping a story that I don't know if anybody's interested in other than me, which is the feds are threatening to end an Ohio manufacturing program after they audited sites and found that $20.9 million in misspending was done. Does that surprise anybody? There's corruption in government spending by companies in cahoots with government officials? No, that is pretty wild. And I need to make sure I have my extra batteries for my shirt today. Some of you have noticed it's a little yellow. So there you go. Wow. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I love the upward swing for a lot of tech companies. At the same time, I'm worried because I really do feel a bubble. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm not giving you any kind of advice. And if I were you, I wouldn't listen to anything a YouTuber says. Come on. We're just dumb people with microphones and cameras. But hey, just be careful out there. Milton Bradley's out there. What's up? Good to see you. Why doesn't someone make bears extinct? Well, actually, they're bringing a lot of animals back from extinction, including the woolly mammoth. You don't believe me? Look it up. Joe Rogan was talking about it. And then I saw several YouTube videos talking about the process. Pachyderms are being used to give us mammoths again. Are we going to eat them? Maybe. I don't know. Weird. Coffee. Let me tell you. I've been watching a lot of nerd videos on home labs and stuff like that because I'm going to have to redevelop my entire network at the house and then have it ready to be somewhat portable so it can go to the new location. So I'm doing lots of research on nerdiness. So pretty soon, I will be an isolated spot on the internet from which nothing really gets, gleaned. I will not have to suffer ads. I will not have to worry too much about my streaming stuff or anything else. We're going to change things, kids. And then I may take videos of it, show you how I did it and why. And I may even build hand-built server racks that aren't boring metal. They'll still have metal inserts, but I just want things to look prettier. Most home labs and server racks are ugly. I don't like that. I want to make them pretty. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Josh Dawes is telling us today we're going to get a new Mary Sue. So you're going to want to pay attention to that on X. And there you go. Look at you guys. Milton Bradley says, movie theaters are dying. Well, I'm just going to say that the land that that megaplex, that 15 auditorium theater sits on at Kips Bay is very valuable real estate. And here's the thing. Why would you want to retain the location? Mamdani's not doing anything positive in New York, and it's probably better to become a giant apartment high-rise than it is to just sit there as a megaplex. But I could be wrong. Fire Chief's in the house saying hello to Ms. Pick Cafe, who is epic. I agree. Look at all you guys. Love this day. Stay with me and pray with me, folks. We want to say thank you each and every day. God is the megawatts, is probably the way Pro might say it. But I'm very grateful every day, not just for you, but for all of the blessings in my life. So, Theliato says, hey, Spice. There you go. Ba-ba-ba. Who else is in the chat? We've got good people. We got Cash Kester out there, the smoking man. I feel like crap today. Well, my friend, you're amazing, so you should feel better. And I hope you do feel better. I hope you feel better quickly. I'm going to suggest that maybe if you stop with that habit, number one, you could change your nickname. And number two, well, it might help you feel better. Just saying. Yeah, my yellow shirt is a happy color. I'm a very happy man. Very happy man. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass says, pick me, CC. I do pick you. I pick you all. Be blessed today, friends. That's all that I know how to say. It's good to see corporeal being out there. I would like to cleanse Congress, Putin. I would like to have a fundamental reallocation of power, and I would like regular people running the country. And I would like to limit the number of staffers you're allowed to have, and I would like to make lobbying illegal, at least the way it's done now. So that's just my opinion. We got a wonderful super chat from our good friend Jedi Master, who has exceeded a goal. Go check out Jedi Master for 2 Culture Casino cash to say, have a great day, Culture. God bless. God bless you, my friend. It's so good to see you, either, well, here or behind the scenes. It's actually kind of cool. Holy cow, the real Larry is in the chat. What's up, Larry? Your name's so nice, you got to say it twice. Larry. Yes. Our favorite rivet head, Razorburn, is out there. Although, I kind of hold you and Ian at the same level. Let's just say that. Who else is out there in the world? We got a few other folks. Smiths and Son says, a story of Hollywood, how to lose your audience in 10 years. Yeah, we've had a decade of terribleness. It's been awful McGruffle. No, not McGruffle. We like McGruffle. But yeah. Isla Fisher. She's pretty cool. Yeah. She is not unattractive, I will say. She was very good in the very first Now You See Me film. Of course, that had the Gruffalo in it before we knew he was wildly mad, political, crazy human. So there's that. Let's see who else is out there. I have 2 computers, but I don't think I need a server rack. Well, I have a computer that is I don't even know what they call them anymore. It's a super tall tower. Like of course, she had different motherboard sizes. It's like an ATX or double ATX or super ATX case because it has 11 drive bays in the front. That's a monster. The problem is now I need to invest in power supplies and stuff, and that one is capable of laying on its side. But I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to build an actual tower server rack, just like I would at an office or office complex or whatever. So, and then I'm going to put it on wheels. I'm going to make it pretty, and then I'm going to be able to take it around. So again, I'll have my own streaming services, my own, I'll use Image for my image server, my cloud storage, everything. So everything outside of the house will go through the firewall, whoop, 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 and then go into the server. That's the plan. So I won't need any of the services, and I'll stop using anything Google. I'm sure they love to hear that. So, yeah. Right. Davina Duckworth knows exactly what I'm looking for. I want everybody to say, nice rack. Yeah. Now, look, I'm not going to tell you to, like what your boy likes. I mean, I'm not going to do that. There's a very angry Jose that did that a few weeks ago. That's how long things last in our society. It's like the blink of an eye, and then we forget, something ridiculous that happened before, which is why I always tell people, don't worry too much if you're getting hate one week. Because if you don't engage with it, it dissipates, it goes away, people find something else to hate. Hate's an easy emotion these days. In fact, that's why they use the politics of division to distract attention away from more important things. Right now, we should be focused in on long-term, large capacity battery storage. We should be focused in on nuclear miniature city-sized nuclear reactors, things like that. We should be more focused in on those types of things. And I just don't see it happening. So we need to work on that, everybody. We need to work on that. Culture, what's wrong with metal? There's nothing wrong with metal. Gotta love metal. Heavy metal, especially. What a great animation. But no, by the way, that's not for kids. Just adults with children, no. Heavy metal, not for your children. Eon Flux, not for your kids. Anyway, so I can go through a list of them. Don't make me. But metal's fine. I mean, like I said, I might have metal inserts, but I just like it to look pretty. Metal is not pretty. Rarely is metal pretty, unless you have a really good welder. Yeah. Or, it's a broadsword. Those can be pretty. But, anyway. I feel pretty, oh so pretty, with wires and cables and DOS. Yes. Somehow, that has to rhyme with the word boss. Anyway. I need a tissue. So, went outside, because I do in the morning. Didn't get a chance to go for my walk, which I normally do. But I did go out in the greenhouse. I'm going to tell you, the winds have been rough. And so even though I just completed the project for the greenhouse to put the new roof on, I'm engineering a different system. And I'm going to have videos on that because I was unsatisfied with the results. Not just because of the undulations, because of the temperature and by the way, the plastic, the polycarbonate, excellent material, but when it gets hot, it stretches. So you end up with undulations. And between joists, I mean, you don't need that. Especially since I've got to figure out a way to put some very taut shade cloth there as well. So I'm going to work on a new system. So there's that. We've got Queen Glamazona in the house. Good to see you. And, of course, we've got Shadow Seeker OG. Look at all these great people. Canals says hello, everybody. Hello. Queen Glamazona says, I've been to Kips Bay. There you go. Theater's famous. It's one of only 2 in the area that were of significant size. I think the next closest one is somewhere in Manhattan that's only a 6-plex. Having been to very few of these locations, I mean, it is what it is, but something to talk about. I mean, New York is now in a point of sea change, and I don't know if it's going to go the right direction. We'll have to see. Yeah. Look at all these great people out there. Look at all these great people. Larry saying hello to Jill Powers, saying good morning, Power girl. I like that. She's a power woman, though. I mean, let's be fair. Olds Gamer, 72 Cutlasses. I'm hiding. You're not hiding. I see you right there. Right there. You also made it a month, my friend. We'll get to your member chat here in just a second. But don't be hiding. There's no reason to hide. There's no reason to hide, but it's fun when you guys send those little gizmos. I really wish they would pop up like full screen. That's the only thing that they're missing. Oh, that's right. Putin just remembered that, or maybe reminded me, that Eisenberg was in Now You See Me. Isla Fisher was good in that, though. Bingle, bangle, bungle. You're so happy in the jungle. Celebrating 22 months of membership. It is so good to see you, friend. It's been such a long time. Hello, CC. It's been months since I last caught you on a live stream. Scheduling conflicts, as they say in Hollywood. Well, I am grateful that you're here, friend, and it's good to see you again. My goodness. All right, if only we can get Randall Orser to show back up. Somebody! Can anybody find me? Randall Orser. All right. Why do we still have a post office? Well, people need mail and deliveries and packages. I got actually USPS. I got something through in the mail yesterday. I got a package. So I'm actually starting to even limit like stuff coming to the house. Like I am finding my way slowly off of like everybody's mailing lists. It's kind of fun. Trying to do that digitally as well. Larry says something fancy, like the word thrice. So there's that. Somebody to love. Just in case anybody was curious. That was a little Queen for you. Whoa, Isla Fisher's married to Sacha Baron Cohen. Really? That has to be annoying. That guy seems like he would be constantly annoying. Sorry. Funny, but annoying. And annoying differently than, like, let's say, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's got to be like, that guy all the time. Speaking of being that guy, we got a wonderful gifty from our friend Olds Gamer. 72 Cutlass out there gifting a Culture Casino membership. Let's make the chat green. Double check you're still subscribed to the channel if you are here. Double check down below that you've hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comments section below. Replay gang, hashtag replay gang. Yeah, a NAS is a helpful thing. I actually have one sitting in my kitchen right now that I'm going to overhaul and add more drives to. So, in fact, it's a dedicated media NAS. So there's that. CC's Tower of Power. By the way, great horn section. If I were gonna be on a stage band, I would want a Tower of Power. So would you. If you're Huey Lewis in the News, you want a Tower of Power. You know what I'm saying? U.S. Culture. Are you taken? Why, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah, you typically need server-mounted computers. Yes, you do. Yeah. Man. Then you get sophisticated and you start doing blades of arrays. The last drive array I installed, whoo, those were hot swappable. It was crazy. Love that stuff. Mr. DeMarc is out there today. Putin says they have new open designs for people that have monster GPUs. Excellent. I actually just saw a guide to installing essentially an on-board version of an ATEM for studio use. And since I have a bunch of extra computers and I really only need them for, media stuff, I may repurpose one just for that so that it'll just install in the studio and that's all it does. Davina Duckworth. My eyes are up here. Razorburn, I'd highlight that, but it is what it is. Rigs, you can make an open air computer. There you go. And look, I mean, I like the idea of being able to roll the rack into a place, plug it into, AC, or even a separate cooling system with a chiller or something. I'd be even willing to pay for the extra electricity because chiller cooled air is better. Ask Disney. So yeah, especially if you build it your own self. My iMac 24M1 lasted 6 years so far. Excellent. These computers last. I have an HP all-in-one that has lasted 3 years. No reason to upgrade. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I have an HP all-in-one that I use in the media room. Just to look crap up while I'm watching stuff in there. And then I've got I think I have two decently powered Mac Minis. In this house, there are 3 iMac 24 inches iMacs, old ones. But they're still running OS X. And then I've got all the computers from the office. My goodness. 19, I want to say. I'm just saying. Georgia Peach reminds us that emotional manipulation has been used by the media forever. Yeah, all the way back to the bodies and the body bags from the Vietnam War. I mean, at least that's when I was cognitively aware. So there. But, yeah, and no more so than this Lindsay Clark or Clark Lindsay, whatever this chick's name is that is from the devil, I think we do need a new Power Rangers. Cat 7, there you go. Or Cat 8. Whoo, I've used DOS on my 95 Amiga. Came with a sleeve full of discs. There you go. Of course, I was beta testing Chicago, which became Windows 95. Back when I was in IT. So. WJB Daily says, I hope everyone is having a blessed day. I lost my clutch this morning. Oh, no. It's hard to get into gear if you lose your clutch. Ba-boom ching. I hope that made it better. Probably not. But anyway. And then we have our good friend, I said I'd get here, Olds Gamer 77 Cutlass, who's been here for a month saying, I made it to 1 month, CC. You did. And I appreciate you. And thanks for gifting that membership earlier. It's good to see you in the chat each and every day. Hey, Brimstone. Good morning, J-Dad. That's right. Yesterday was Jay's birthday. If you're a big fan of Drunk 3PO, Jay can tell you the story where he's yelling across the casino, Dad! Dad! Fun story. It was also the same trip where he showed off just how tall he was compared to Comics Division. And, yeah. Ian is not all that tall. But we're close to the same height. So. Oh, that's right. Woody Harrelson was in the first one too. He was the mentalist in that. Yeah, and the thing is, the first one was great. The sequel was complete trash. So here's a weird situation. So consider this: when we saw the breakup of the writing partnership that was known as K&O Paper, Kurtzman and Ortsy, it was right before, a few years before Ortsy died. Most people didn't know, but he'd been sick for a little bit. But reportedly, didn't actually deal with the person personally. But Orsi was really the heart of the writing team. People often get exposed when they break up that kind of a partnership. In this case, it was Kurtzman. And then this is the reason why Gunn, people have rediscovered that Gunn said some very bad things about Lindelof. And why is everybody in that J.J. Abrams tree? You got to ask yourself that. It's pretty crazy. Option Trader comes in peace. Well, good. It's good to see you, though. Melton Bradley says, all that box office from Spider-Man in theaters are still closing. Well, again, there was nothing nefarious to the AMC Kips Bay 15 closing, or it will be closing by the end of the year, I should say. It's because the real estate holder, because it's a leasehold property, wants the real estate back, likely to tear down the theater complex and build a commercial structure like an apartment complex or maybe even sales units. I think it's safer to build enormous sales units fairly. First of all, top dollar. Get top dollar for those. Second, they're not going to be used for rentals. So you kind of bypass Mondani's bologna sausage. So there's that. And boy, does he have, the world's supply of bologna sausage. Dean Krantz is joining us. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Good to see you, Dean. Hope you're doing well. How did I get rid of constant junk mail? I made myself less and less available to companies. I don't put my anything on anywhere if I can avoid it, including my address in any form, anywhere. So a lot of times now, I'll use the P.O. box or I'll use another redirect. And I stopped applying for it. I don't have any supermarket cards or any of these other discount cards or any of the other garbage. I don't get put on lists, and then I request to be removed all the time. So they just stopped bothering. So I got down to the point where, like yesterday, I had all three of the things come to the box. One was a package, and two were legitimate mail. So there's that. Yeah, 2024 they split up. Yep. Option Trader says, Culture, I'm a bit out of the loop. What's the latest on Paramount and California State AG? Well, Bonta is just as corrupt as always. I mean, you have to remember, his wife was the one that put together the legislation to get rid of Nick Shirley. The Stop Nick Shirley Act, it's called in California, which, I mean, that's not freedom of the press, so I'm not sure how legal that is, but it went into law, I think, today, not sure which. Anyway, but anyway, Bonta is still at odds with Paramount after lying about Paramount being the one that leaked any details about the meeting they were supposed to have on Monday. He's always got, he's trying to stay in some kind of power or make a power play here on behalf of his puppet masters, which are the money people that are controlling whether or not he gets to be governor, he thinks. If California elects him governor, they got what they deserved. That's all I have to say about that. He is a dishonest little man with Napoleonic ambitions, for lack of a better word. But no, as far as the deal goes, we'll get back to the business portion of it. They might have future talks, but right now, there's nothing solid. He called off the deal at the 11th hour. In fact, I did a video on it yesterday. This morning, he said he's open to talks again. So we'll see. That's all we can do. We'll talk more about it on the WDW Pro Show later. But fairly, I think that no matter what, the deal's already been greenlit. And they're relying on federal law. The state's attorneys general are relying on federal law when they're doing this antitrust case, because their state laws have very limited functions in these areas, especially in California. So they really don't have much of a say. And really, they're trying to hurt financially the company that they don't want to leave Hollywood. So this lawsuit is incredibly damaging. If Paramount leaves, which they certainly can, they've said, if we're still here doing this suit on October 1, Paramount's leaving. And then since they can't really stop the Warner Brothers Discovery deal, Warner Brothers Discovery will leave too. I mean, you're not going to be able to get a company to say we won't leave. The only way you do that is by, having some kind of fair negotiation and good faith practice. And I can tell you, Bonta seemingly has no interest in doing that, at least in my estimation and opinion. But there you go. Who else is out there? Putin says, and this is actually a good question, why not buy several small computers and put them in different places? Racks are old school. Well, okay, so while all true and certainly can work, especially in a wired home with gigabit Ethernet or faster, maybe even fiber optics. Some people can afford to do that. I'll just say this. It is so much better to have just one location for your power conditioning. And you want to provide pure sine wave, and you want to have battery backup that you only have to buy one enormous battery backup system, uninterruptible power supply. So, I mean, that's my thinking, is I'm trying to centralize the location for power, for backup, and for networking. So that's why I'm more interested in a portable rack also, is because then I can roll it from this house into the new house and I'm done. I like the idea of being done. Now, of course, we all know that's not true as things change and you expand and all of that. And since I'm building my own router and my own Wi-Fi, it gets a little more sophisticated. But, I'm also going to have a kind of a mesh-tastic, but a mesh system when I get to the property so that I can service everything from my own location. So, and then I'll be serving websites and other things, other functions for the household there as well. So I'm like my own co-locator. So it just makes sense to centralize everything, and it reduces expense overall, in my opinion. I could be wrong. WJB Daily says, my last lab had 54 blades. Yeah. And back in the old days when I was slamming in core routers and stuff like that, and I was rebuilding DNS tables and everything else, I don't miss any of that. I would never work in IT again. I even if they came to me and said, here's $300,000 or whatever a year, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to be your infrastructure manager. I'm not going to do it. Because really at the levels I was at, we're talking about intranet, not internet. It's intranet inside, office structures. They always want to underpay you, especially for the on-call hours they want you. It's a different conversation. Corporeal Being has an Asus gaming laptop with Linux, using it since 2013. I'm just saying, low-spec Linux laptop, low-spec Linux gaming knows all about that. I would want a NAS Raspberry Pi powered for no inverter required, no large battery, not a bunch of panels. Well, it's funny you say that. I will be going straight up with a Pi hole as part of the front end for the network interface. So there's that. Still have my Pentium 2 400. Always will. I have a bunch of old computers. Like, literally. And I don't think I'm getting rid of them. I still have working B drives, 3.5-inch floppies. I think I still have an actual floppy drive somewhere in one of the cases in storage. So there you go. Cat 8 Ethernet. That's right, baby. You know what's great about 7 and 8 is PoE is so much easier, power over Ethernet, especially if you're building out like a cam system or something like that, where you need to pass power as well as data. I really like the PoE systems for cameras for that reason, especially with breakout boxes and stuff. So much easier. Wow, I am 11 minutes behind. You guys, I apologize. I'm sorry. If I missed anybody's chat or your stickers or whatever, let me know. Who else is out there in the world? We got lots of great people. Texas is out there. What's up, Texas? Yeah. Georgia Peach says, pie hole recommended. Indeed. Works great. And if you want to get, like I said, if you want to get rid of ads, get a pie hole. It sounds dirty, but it's not. It's just what it's called, PI. And it's awesome. It really is. Not only that, you could pair that with a reverse proxy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could do. Along with a VPN, you could do a lot of stuff. You could stack your structure so that you can get to it from the outside easily. It will constantly update its internal location if things change. If you're using your own DNS and host services, you don't have to worry if it changes IP because it'll be broadcast. And when you go look up your DNS, it'll be out there for you to get. So anyway, it is what it is. A lot of people don't care, but I do. Yeah, don't cheap out on Ethernet cables. You want to have proper power handling, fire resistance, and shielding. Indeed, especially on PoE systems. So, Penny says I need a nap. Well, I should probably be putting y'all to sleep with this network talk. Nobody signed up for that. How many channels audio? Well, I would say being able to carry 7.1 on throughout your wherever you are is a good plan, especially if you're doing distributed media. But most people aren't going to install that many speakers in each room. I mean, it depends on what kind of media you're serving to what location. So I would only spend in the rooms that you need for distributed, if you're going to do distributed audio. That's an entirely other conversation, though, to be fair. Georgia Peach says, yes, it does work great. Indeed, truly does. It's one of the best. Smithson says it's okay, CC. Heart, I can't talk a lot in the chat at work. Well, I'm glad you're still with us, and I appreciate you being here, Smithson Sons. I really do. Terabits, there you go, man. Whew. Man, if you could do fiber throughout your house, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, that's not going to be cheap. You guys are going to make me rich. That I didn't even say those words. Wow, what nonsense was that? I'm Paul Chatto all of a sudden. At some point, y'all are going to make me rich. That's what I should have said. And then you can watch me build crazy stuff. Like this is my in-home distributed audio system. This is my my fiber optic intranet and. Yeah, and I can go out to my goat barn and I can, fiber optically transmit in 8K from my media server that's 600 yards away. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyway. Bonnie Gamester's outside working in the jungle, or otherwise known as the yard. I know what that's like. So I need to go coppice. I need to get serious about culling dead wood off of some of my citrus trees. So, yeah, which will be helpful. Yeah. Oh, here you go. I won't tip on fast food. Good. I don't tip at quick serve restaurants. I'm like, you're paid to bring the food from the counter to me, or from the back counter to the front counter. That's it. That's like 3 steps. I'm not going to give you $6 because you walked my food to me. Come on now. I'm not here to underwrite what the restaurant's not paying you. Sorry. Tipping culture is out of control in the U.S. I don't mind tipping. If I'm at a table service restaurant and you've given me good service, you're going to get a healthy tip. I will take care of you. But if you just hand me a cup of coffee, nuh-uh. Not only that, I think I'm out with Starbucks. And not only that, I'm going to have to talk to Pro about it, and I'm going to tell them why. They're adding a consistency powder now to their drinks. So I'm just saying. That's concerning. You're bulking up your drinks with a consistency powder. No, thank you. Stop adding crap to food and beverages. It's got to stop. Yeah. Oh, hey, in Japan, they pay the people. There's no tipping required. That includes at hotels, which surprised me. Very strange. In fact, I had people like hold out their hand and actually act offended. I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry about that. So, Olds Gamer says what everybody thinks. Hearing the ships on Star Wars is cool, but feeling the bass as they fly is another level. That's right. You need to have subwoofers. And someday I'll show you how I build subwoofers because it's unique. I get the biggest, most sealed, closed container I can with some of the largest woofers you see. And then I get a set of crossovers that make sure that they only work in the small operational zone. I have installed them, or similar units, smaller versions of the units, in my big truck. And you can't sit on the back seat and not, get a back adjustment for free. I'm just saying. When I play DVDs in the truck driving down the road, you can feel. It's good stuff. Windows rattle, mirrors rattle. It's one way to find out if everything's secure on your vehicle. You can hear that. Can't do much about the windows because that's mounting hardware. But yeah. Culture. Don't go to Mountain Mamas in West Yellowstone. It's a quick service, and their T-shirts claim tipping isn't optional. Never going back. I will never go there. They tried to get tips out of me at Disney quick serve locations. Come on now. Not only that, I also know where your food's being sourced. When you bring out little wet wipes at a quick service, you presented those, and they say like Cisco on them or U.S. Foods or the other. What's the third kitchen company? Ecolab? No. Anyway, when you see a stamp on your towelette, that's who's bringing the food in the first place. It's just being reheated back in a room they used to call a kitchen. So frustrating. Hey, Texas gives us good news. Steak and Shake is removing all the crap from their food. That would be awesome. Again, think about this. If they're adding like emulsifiers and things like that into blended coffee drinks, that's because they're giving you less of the thing that you think you're paying for. Quite garbage. Uh-oh. God sees everything says, my husband used to work at the facility where Starbucks extras were made. I never, ever have them. Well, there you go. I'm never doing that again. Sands official says, don't mind the 12 blue states that are fighting against the Paramount merger. they're going to die. Well, they're going to have some problems. And if all the businesses move to the red states, what does that tell you? People are going to have to move to the red states, and they're going to figure out why they had to move in the first place. Bad politics. Bad policy. Texas says, Cisco trucks are all over our downtown. Yeah, and this is not the good Cisco, which, of course, I would know about because of intranet and internet. No, this is bad Cisco, spelled S-Y-S-C-O. Yeah, I can imagine. That's where the restaurants, where they reheat food. Pre-prepared food. Do you know the one place where you can get food from a kitchen? This is going to blow your mind. It's the place with what seems like unlimited menu. Cheesecake Factory. Do you know where almost everybody goes to get their cheesecake? Including other restaurants? Cheesecake Factory. Crazy stuff. I'm not saying they don't have some pre-prepared food at Cheesecake Factory. I'm just saying they actually have a kitchen where they cook stuff. Just crazy. And that's another reason why they were heavily reliant on illegal labor in restaurants in order to bring the cost of everything down and really just boil it down to reheating stuff. They had to have these regional or in-city kitchens, these commercial kitchens where they make the food. Chief William Schweikert's out there. Just finished watching the M4 Empire. Well, okay. That's Marv. I'm glad you're here. You're late. But it's okay. Yeah, and this is the only complaint that I've ever had about Cheesecake Factory. Because I think if you have more than 5 entree items on your menu, you have more than 5 appetizers. If in any category on your menu you have more than 5 options, you're not really focused on any of them. First of all, 5 items gives you the breadth you need to have a wide appeal. More than that means that you don't do anything exceptionally well. So, it's that whole pyramid thing we talk about. Do you want something good? Do you want something fast? Or do you want something cheap? Because you can't have all 3. So I always figure 5 appetizers, 5 entrees, maybe 5 desserts. Pretty good menu. Now, if you want to add an ensalade, you could throw salads in there. That's fine. Most of those are pre-prepared. And you could probably get away with that along with something else, like a first course. But when you start to go down this and you see all these different options, even Denny's doesn't do that. They've honed it down a bit. John says it's all Cisco stuff. That's right. Got to get away from that. Or the restaurant supply stuff. Indeed. Yeah. Back in the day, restaurant supply used to mean something different. Like you would go there to get stainless steel sinks and stainless steel appliances. Stuff you would put in your kitchen or in a restaurant kitchen. Pretty crazy. Gordon Ramsay always cut down menus that were too long on Kitchen Nightmares. Yeah, I mean, why I my mom loves Cheesecake Factory. So, when it's a special event or whatever, excuse me, I prepare myself for that. And it's okay. I can enjoy it. And I do like a good piece of cheesecake, especially chocolate cheesecake. But it's just like, okay, how about 1 hamburger or 2, right? Or how about 1 or 2 steaks? Or how about, and it's instead this 20,000 item menu. And look, maybe it just shows that they can make the stuff in their own kitchen. I don't know. It's just different. Boone says, so are you Comics Lorne Pro VR moving to this this Guy, Tennessee commune you're building? I don't know. Maybe. There would be worse situations, I can tell you right now. But no, I mean, the compound is really more oriented around myself and my family, and taking care of the elders in my family, having a place for all the old people to retire and live in a level of comfort and not worry too badly about hastening a decline through other efforts. So, coffee. Speaking of Tox, I haven't seen Tox in a minute. I need to reach out to him. There's no free morning rubdowns though. So, learn to be still. Culture's retirement village. There you go. I don't think I'm going to have the villages, at least not the reputation. I mean, a little more godly than that. Hey, Peter's out there. What's up, Peter? Isolated, meeting one franchise possibly. I don't know. When it comes to the studios, I think the idea that I've had has been to have a studio location start in Tennessee and then maybe branch out from there. I want to make the idea of creating cheaper for creators. I want the cost of entry to be lower. So if you need a studio, I want that not to cost you a bunch of money. If you need a small soundstage, let's say, to produce a show or whatever, I first of all, I want to be able to set dress it quickly for you, and I want that to be cheaper. So it comes down to that kind of thing. Holy cow, Olds Gamer once again dropping another gifty in the chat. Thank you. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass, much appreciated. You've done that a few times in the show. I can't say thank you enough. You know what? I owe you guys something. Let's do a clip. I feel like a clip. Oh, this.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
And there you go. Mass gratitude from myself and Mr. Broccoli there, otherwise known as Floor. I got to get Snowed Up to make me stuff. I do. Biggles is here. Biggles, Sunday might be the day. We do the Buc-ee's thing. How about that? Tarna says, did you hear about James Liu? He's a martial artist actor who died recently. I did not. Wow. That's a bummer. Putin, they call that wind Mariah. Mariah. They call that wind Mariah. Yeah, he was in big trouble in Little China and The Perfect Weapon. Well, thank you, Tayarna. Fear the Crab Cat. All right. Well, we're winding down, folks. I just wanted to say thank you. It's been a lot of fun today. Oh, Fitty D! 13 months of supporting my channel. That's over a year. Happy birthday! Thank you, friend. Saying, Culture, what happened to Wall Street reigning in Disney's tomfoolery as Pro previously predicted? What are they going to do? Disney makes a lot of hollow promises They are able to point towards 10 Qs that show that some areas of the company are working. But the financial press does not cover the missed opportunities that Disney is like drenched in. I don't know that Wall Street will ever rein in Disney. And I think that a lot of that was not just because of the bologna sausage that Iger could peddle, but because as a large corporation, the illusion of revenue and profit is just directly related to how you manipulate your books. And I'm not saying that they don't make money. They do. I'm saying that, they're narrowing, as they've made things more vertical, they're narrowing their audience so much that it's going to become a problem, for lack of a better way to put it. So it's a good question. Why aren't they rating it in? Because it hasn't been made more obvious to a large enough chunk of retail investors. I think that the corporate guys don't care. The corporate investors, who largely institutional investment, is essentially there to handle your 401ks and other products like that, are just looking at the 10 Qs and are like, okay, well, is this going to change, the monetary value of the company in the next quarter? Disney's really good at lying about that, and they have a D23 event to announce very little. But has everybody read that as a positive? I don't know. It's strange. We live in a world where people reject evidence in favor of feelings. I think that's a bigger problem. So, yeah. So Biggle says I can do it this Sunday. Sounds good. And then, of course, Teddy follows up with a generous gift of 10 Culture Casino memberships. I think he just wanted to see the cheddar clip. I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Teddy D. Fitty D!
Oh, man. That's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Fitty D! Fitty D! And it also, every time I get to play a clip, I get to have some coffee. So there you go. Maybe some cheesecake. Today, I think we're going to have I think we're having Dancing Bear culture. Culture Bear? We're going to have Culture Bear on the way out of here today before I get to redirect you over to the WDW Pro Show, which starts in 40 minutes. So if you haven't seen today's video, or the 3 I dropped yesterday, holy cow, go check out the videos on the channel for today. I would really appreciate that. Let me know what you think in the chats. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, comment down below, hashtag replay gang, and I would appreciate that as well. You guys are so generous. I really do appreciate it. Look at all those names that went green just because of Fitty D. Let's see. Don't make fun of Biggles Mets. They've had a rough go. They've had very, very bad leadership the last few years. And ownership hasn't gotten better. That's for sure. Fitty D wanted the cheddar clip. I knew it. Everybody knows it. And this is true. Unless people divest from BlackRock, Vanguard, et cetera, nothing's going to change. And that's basically my assessment. Is you have institutional investment where everybody's retirement money's centered. We've been sold 4 scams in our life about retirement and wealth and living, beyond retirement age. We need to start coming to grips with those rationally, and how we can make some of them still exist and how some of them are pipe dreams. So that's good. Good question, Peter. I will be on the WDW Pro show later today. I got my invitation early this morning, which is fine. I've been awake. I haven't slept past 5 in a while, guys. So there you go. It is what it is. Meow says Senator Armstrong's speech to understand the future of America. That's a good suggestion. Go take a look at that. Smiths and Sons, Teddy D says hi. And on that note, I just want to say thank you to all of you. You are the very best. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah. Wake up, pray up every day, and it'll always be a better day. We've got another Tuesday in the books, maybe a tirade later, depending upon Tom. And I need to make some videos. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow, so if you don't see me somewhere, yeah, hopefully I'm getting off of some of the medications they have me on. I got to get rid of the one that puts me to sleep. It makes me feel dizzy. That'd be great. On that note, you guys are the best. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, enjoy a bear dance. Yeah,